Light and peace, brothers and sisters. Topic of discussion today is the summary of what Oahspe teaches. In my last video, I clearly showed that there were a couple of unpublished books of Oahspe that we discovered over time. Some people have discovered it. So based on that, if you were to be reading Oahspe, what does Oahspe actually teach? Now that we know that there were a couple of books that was taken out, it appears some alteration was made on it clearly. And as a teacher, I continue to teach using the OAPSI as a guideline for way uh, to live, but I don't depend on the book because obviously books are not perfect. But I documented what OAPSI teaches around April 1, 2017. You can go to that video, show you, but today I just wanted to summarize it using my voice. So here we go. First thing is, what is the meaning of Oahspe? Oahspe comes from a language, namely Pan. Pan is a continent that sank approximately 25,000 years ago, using the year 1848 to count backward. So about 25,000 years ago, there was a continent of Pan that sank, and the language, uh, namely Pan, so Oapsis signifies O stands for sky, R stands for earth, and Sp stands for spirit. So this is what Oapsi actually means. Now, in Oapsi, the Oapsi teaches you how to attend to hear the voice of the Creator. What type of diet should this world be maintaining in our current era? Because the new circle started in the year 1848. Now in 2022, OASI teaches that we should maintain an herbivorous diet. Who and what is the creator? When you read the OASI clearly teaches you who and what the creator is. What are other different names of the creator over the period of 76,000 years that we humans have evolved from the uh, race of Asu, which the Christian Bible call Adam. From there, angels had sex with Asu, and Asu and angels created a new race called Ahen. During those times and during those times, there's been different languages of the name of the creator, or actually teaches you other different names of the creator. The popular one for Websi reader would be Jehovah. You've had Ingon Queen. You've had Light. Some people call it the Great Spirit. Uh, there are many names, different names, but the website teaches you um, the names of the creator. Difference between God and the creator. Majority of people think that the creator and God are the same thing. That's not true. God is an angel. The creator is not an angel. The creator is unseen, cannot be defined by God itself. Even God only hears the voice of the creator and have never seen the creator. No one, even an angel, the highest angel, can never see the creator. God is a title bestowed upon an angel. So God is an angel attain to the position of God. Who and what is God? In OAPC, you'll learn who and what God is. Is the creator in the shape or form of a man? When you read the OAPC, you'll learn clearly that the creator is not in the shape of a man or any kind of shape. The creator cannot be defined. Even the highest angel cannot even define the creator. When you read the OAPC, you clearly understand that. Does the creator sit on the heavenly throne? The creator does not sit on the throne in heaven. Only gods and angels sit on the throne. What is the religion of the creator? When you read the OAPC, you learn about this. OAPC teaches you about the religion of the creator. What does it mean to be a faithist? What is a brotherhood? What is a fraternity? When you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity give you guidelines and teaches you how to create a brotherhood and what a fraternity. Why was circumcision done? When you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, you learn about it. I did a video about this already, clearly telling you what was circumcision about, how heaven and earth was created. OahspeCollegeUniversity gives you a description of how heaven was created and how earth was created. It talks about the vortex. What are arc cycles? We have a lot of arc cycles right now. We're in the Cosmos cycle, and OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about the cycle wind that started in 1848. Before that, we've been on the average we have 3,000 cycles. So it talks about what cycles are we in, what is a circuit, what is an era, what is a vortex. The sun and our planet, do they have a vortex? OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about the sun having a vortex and our planet having a vortex. Why did the sixth and seventh creation story? Who were behind the stories? I did a video about this, clearly explaining who were behind these creation stories. OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about it. When you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, you learn about the creation stories, the 6 and 7 days creation story. And in my video, I talk about who were these gods. And if you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, you read about these gods who created the 6 and 7 day stories. They took it upon themselves to talk about this creation story because they wanted to give it to the world, because after that, then they take you to their heaven. Who and what Jesus is. When you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, it talks about Jesus, how the name came about, what was the original name, which was Aisu. Who and what is Christ? It talks about Christ. It gives you the full meaning of Christ. What are the different stages that our planet Earth goes through, and what would this planet become extinct? Just like animals become extinct, this planet will become extinct. OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about this. This is what you will be learning when you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, when you get yourself an OahspeCollegeUniversity Bible or OahspeCollegeUniversity book. How old are we as humans on this planet? OahspeCollegeUniversity discuss about it. According to OahspeCollegeUniversity, how old exactly is our planet now? There's been a lot of argument about this. We're not sure exactly how old our planet is. OahspeCollegeUniversity gives a hint. You've had some bunch of faithist readers who have tried to come up with mathematics equivalent about it. It's up to you. You decide when you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, you read it. If you're good mathematicians, you come up with a number, and I will encourage you to post it on the video or probably email me and tell me how old you think this planet is. There's been a lot of arguments about it. I don't follow the scientific method. Science don't know what they're talking about right now. If OahspeCollegeUniversity gives some clarity that was some type of subgalactic, like some type of sub-circuit, and they didn't talk about the full circuit. Okay, but that's up to you. But if you do know how old exactly our planet is and you have the mathematics formula, encourage me, please let me know. I want to learn about this. According to OahspeCollegeUniversity, do they have other planets, and do they have existence living in other planets like we live on our planet today? OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about other humanoids living in other planets. They go through the same thing we go through. What is the Great Serpent? OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about the Great Serpent, that it moves in the form of a snake coil, like the way the snakes are moving left and right. I clearly see in this picture, that's the coil right there. So OahspeCollegeUniversity described the Great Serpent. Existence of humans, how many years left? OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about how many years we have left as humans, because humans are going to become extinct or get to a point that we cannot propagate no more. Humans cannot give birth anymore, and we will cease to exist, just like some animals have become extinct. Where do animals go after death? OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about what happens to animals that live on our world when they die. It talks about where they go to. They go to heaven for a period of time or for a season, and after that, they're gone. What part of heaven do we go after death if we have faith in the ever-present? So majority of people think that when they die, they go straight to the Christian heaven. OahspeCollegeUniversity decodes and clearly tell us that these are heavens that was created by fallen angels. Some might disagree. I have clearly read the Oahspe. It's in a call to the Yoruba religion. That you do go to part heaven that you believe while you're on earth, and it makes sense. It's no different than how they say input is equal to output. What you put in is what you get. So if you believe in the Christian God, then the Christian God, heaven you go. I don't believe in the Christian God. I believe in the ever present. I know after that, I'll be going and I'll be working on education for myself. I'll be working with my spirit, myself to rise to Etheria. How to escape the heavenly kingdom pretending to belong to the Creator. Again, fallen angels, false gods, and false goddesses, because we do have female goddess and female angels. Unfortunately, the Christian Bible does not even talk about one female angel. Interesting, right? And what's so funny is that, let me talk about this for a minute. So the question now is, females who are Christians who actually believe in Christ, if your Christian Bible does not talk about where you go, where do you think you're going to go? Just food for thought. How to purify your body. The Egyptians were purifying their body. One of the reasons is because, your body will help you to rise. I had a video that talked about, spiritual diseases. When you have diseases on this earth and when you die, that disease follow you. So you don't escape from that. They have nurse, doctors in heaven. They have to treat you and make sure your body is in harmony before you could rise. Who were the Israelites? Oahspe talks about the Israelites. You learn about this in the Oahspe. 2 tribes were created and named Israelites. And they had faith in the Creator, not in God now. Who were the Levites? I do owe everybody this wonderful, wonderful topic, that who were the Levites and the book of Levites, which I will publish in the future. Just, subscribe to my YouTube video and I'll talk about this. What was the difference between the Israelites and the Levites? Again, when you read the Oahspe, you see the difference between the Levites and the Israelites. How to raise heirs to the Creator. In other words, how to raise seed to the Creator. You don't want to produce, children of darkness, because when they rise to heaven, they don't want to rise further because, they were never taught about this while alive. The religion of the past, present, and who and what are behind them all. Oahspe gives you talk about a lot of religions. Even in heaven, they still have religions, Interesting, right? Who is the beast? Oahspe talks about the beast. I did a video about this. It was decoded in the Oahspe. I have a video about it. Who are the beast? Go watch it. Subscribe to my YouTube video. Just do a search and you'll see that I did talk about the beast. Who are familiar spirits? Oahspe talks about familiar spirits. Who are they? What are they? Who are demons? Who are vampires and lusters? Who and what are saviors? Who are filters? Oahspe talks about all these fantastic spirits, wonderful spirits. Talks about vampires, lusters, talks about saviors, demons, and familiar spirits. You want to read this Oahspe. It's a wonderful, interesting, fantastic book. What is reincarnation? Oahspe talks about reincarnation, which spirits were behind them all, how did they come about? Reincarnation did not come from the Creator. Does it exist? Yes, it does, but it was not created by the Creator, okay? The fallen angels created it. What started the reincarnation? What started reincarnation? Oahspe talks about it, talks how it came about. Is this part of the system and the order of the Creator? No, it's not. You want to read the Oahspe? This topic of discussion today is to give you a summary of what Oahspe teaches. Who are guardian and receiving angels? Oahspe talks about we have guardian and receiving angels. We have a guardian angel and we have a receiving angel. What was the popular flood all about? A lot of people believe that Noah was during the time of Noah, there was a flood. Oahspe talks about what this flood was all about, what came about it. They decided to crush or should I say, get rid of the continent called Pan. And this is how the flood came about. Did Noah really exist? Oahspe talks about this. Noah was based on the timeline. Okay. What is the true meaning of a prophet? Who and what is Satan? If you have not watched my video about who and what is Satan, go watch it. I clearly explain this. What is evil? People don't understand what evil is. Oahspe gives you a full description of evil. Does hell really exist? Hell is a prison in heaven. You want to listen to my video that I did, watch it, listen to it. It talks about hell, if it really actually exists, and if it does exist, what is it? What is a spirit? What is an angel? Here's my favorite topic that I would like to clearly do a video about. I did video about this already, right? And I also posted Oahspe verses about what is an angel, but clearly people still don't get it. So I'm going to do a different video without sugarcoating, explaining in a different format what an angel is. When we die as human, we become an angel. Do angels have wings? I did a video about this. Angels do not have wings. These are just symbolics. People saw angels, they come through the air, they thought they could fly. They cannot fly. In Nigeria, we see spirits every time. They don't fly, you know. Even we have humans in America today, they do see angels. And clearly, when you see an angel, you never see a wing, okay? Oahspe talks about this. Do angels marry each other in heaven? Oahspe will tell you if this happens or not. I did a video about spiritual wives in heaven, spiritual wives and husbands. Go watch my video. Why are angels still here on earth? Some of them have not graduated to heaven because they love the earth so much. They love our world. They've not left. Why are angels still here on earth? Oahspe talks about why they haunt this world. What is a soul? What is the difference between a spirit and an angel? Oahspe gives you clarity what the difference between a spirit and an angel is. When you read the Oahspe, you clearly understand this. What is the difference between a spirit and a soul? Yes, a question mark though. There's been no full clarity about this to me, okay? In my years of reading the Oahspe, I have not fully understand the difference between a spirit and a soul. So if you know about this, please post a video or send me an email or link me up, do a comment and tell me you could talk about this. And I'll love to join you on Zoom video so we can talk about this. What happens to the spirit of those that died in infancy, abortion, and during miscarriage? Or Oahspe talks about that when women have an abortion or they have a miscarriage, the spirit continue to grow. And Oahspe talks about how they nurture them in heaven. Okay, they just don't die off. The spirit continue to live on in heaven. How man sprang from the race of Adam and Eve? Adam again is a race of swans, Eve a race of angels. Oahspe gives clarity about this. Unfortunately, the Christian Bible does not give clarity about it. The race of Asu, known as Adam. Oahspe talks about this. Different human races. Oahspe talks about how the race of Eve or angels had sex with the race of Asuans called the race of Adam, and they gave birth to a new race called Irons. Now, interestingly enough, the Irons, right, had sex with the Asuans and gave birth to the Druks. The race of Adam, which is the race of Asuans, had sex with Druks and gave birth to Yanks. Interesting, right? Irons had sex with the race of Druks and they gave back to Eons. Irons had sex with Gans and Gans gave back to Ones. And Druks had sex with Gans and they gave back to a race of mongrels. And OahspeCollegeUniversity gives you all these different race that came about, race of humans, okay? Not race of people. You could say race of people, but each of these had different DNAs. That's the way I can explain this. The best one so far has been the Irons because they possess angelic DNAs. Explains and give full details about atmospheric and ethereal heaven. The ultimate goal for we humans is to go to ethereal, the ethereal heaven. That is the main destiny of humans. In atmosphere, you get stuck in first resurrection, second resurrection, and then you become a bride and bridegroom in third resurrection. OahspeCollegeUniversity talks about this. What and other things do angels do in heaven? Lots of things angels do in heaven. They don't only sing, they don't only give music, they don't teach music. No, they do all kind of stuff. Angels eat in heaven, they drink, angels smoke, angels actually, believe it or not, right? They actually have sex with humans. I did a video about this. Spiritually now, they actually have the power to come in corporeal form and live with humans. Okay? Angels do all kind of stuff in heaven. All kind of stuff they do. Angels do all kind of stuff. You got to read the Oahspe. It talks about a lot of stuff that angels do in heaven. They even have a boat. They have a big ship, like a plane that we use here. They have ships and boats and crafts. They even have plane and aircraft as big as the planet. Sorry, as big as the continent of Africa. They have a big, gigantic ship, aircraft. Okay? I cannot even begin to give you descriptions of what angels do in heaven. You have to read the Oahspe to get full clarity of this. Shows you the ranks and titles of angel. Oahspe talks about first resurrection, second resurrection, third resurrection. Their rank of angels called Orion. After that, you got the Nivanian. After that, you have Ointan. Now, finally, Oahspe only talks about Eon. Now, when you look at those rulers, the 24 elders, most of them were Orion, Nivanian. I never see Oahspe talks about Oitan ruling us, okay? But most of them were either Archangel, Orion, and Nivanians. And just to be clear, females also ruled our world. You got female goddesses. My favorite of them all has been Simta Amaj. What is the destiny of humans on earth? Again, the destiny is for you to become an angel. After you become an angel, you rise to ethereal. Your purpose is to get drafted to ethereal. You have to work your way up there. You just don't go to heaven and boom, go to ethereal. No. You got to go to the atmosphere heaven. You first get stuck in first resurrection heaven. You work your way. It could take 100 years. It could take 200 years. It could take 300 years. It could take 400 years, depending on how ready you are. But our destiny on earth is for us to become an angel. After angel, our purpose or desire or goal is to rise to ethereal. This is what Oahspe teaches us. The Bible, the Christian Bible, left this important factor out. What education do angels acquire in first and second resurrection heaven? You got to watch my video about this. I talk about this fantastic education that we go through. Amazing. You got to read the book of divinity for this. Who and what are bride and bridegroom angels in third resurrection heaven? In a nutshell, the bride and bridegroom angels in third resurrection heaven are ready to be drafted to ethereal. That's just a summary. That means they passed the first and second resurrection educational system. they've got the rank of bride and bridegroom, which means they cannot go back to darkness. Okay, so they get to third resurrection heaven with no other angels are allowed. And then they wait for the next rapture. I did a video about rapture. You got to watch that video. It talks about this. Why resurrection angels, known as archangels, come down from Etheria to atmospheric heaven. You got to listen and read the Oahspe carefully. And it talks about resurrection angels, known as archangels. How many gods and goddesses have ruled our planet, and why are they called elders? I did a video about 24 elders. Please go watch that video. It gives you a summary of who all these angels are. Yeah, it's just a full summary of it, that 24 elders have ruled us so far. Right now, we're on the 25th arc circle. According to Oahspe, there's a big argument about this. It's a goddess by the name of Chinsinvantanos, who is currently ruling the 25th arc circle that started in 1848. I personally need to read more about this, but I do believe it's a female. The reason why is because when Oahspe wants to talk about rulers of our planet, they use them or call them ambassadors or ambassadress. So if you're female who's ruling us, it will be ambassadress. If you're male god or if you're a male god, and then you're called an ambassador. So that's the keynote, and that's how you know. So again, this is all the gods and goddesses that have ruled us. The first god that ruled us on our planet during the Act of One was called Syntentis, and his rank was Archangel. You see that? Now, when you look at the 17th arc circle, you see how it says Noe, Noah. That's what the Christian Bible called Noah. And if you look at the Christian Bible that was published before during the 1600s, the word Noe actually existed in that Bible. Later on, they took it out and they started calling it Noah during the time of Noah. But in the Christian Bible, during the year 1600, or even before that, it was not called Noah. It was called Noe. Okay? In any case, this are all the summaries of how many years they've ruled us. The first cycle was 3,000 years. During the 17th arc cycle was 3,600 years. The 24th arc cycle during the time of Lika was 3,500 years. My favorite Orion chief was Fagapeti. Oh, you got to read the book of Fagapeti. And after that, my favorite female angel was Sinta Amaj, who came to rule during the 23rd arc cycle, the Ark of Spicta. But during the time of Fagapeti, it was the Ark of Lu. Interesting. Now, you might want to also read the book of Osiris. This god, Osiris, was tough. There you have it. These are the 24 elders that ruled our planet. This is what Oahspe teaches. For more information about the Oahspe, please visit us as www.OahspeCollegeUniversity.com, or you can send an email to info@OahspeCollegeUniversity.com or OahspeCollegeUniversity@gmail.com. And be sure that I will respond back to you. Light and peace, brothers and sisters. The next topic of discussion after this broadcast will be some answers that Oahspe gave. A lot of people don't know this, but Oahspe did give some bunch of answers to certain informations, questions answered from Oahspe, just a brief summary of what Oahspe, just questions that was answered from Oahspe. If you can understand those questions and you can give that answer to somebody who asks you that, trust me, you've lifted a soul. Light and peace, brothers and sisters. Bye-bye now.